Hey guys, Pride here. I have a new deck profile for you guys. This is my buddy Griffin, and he's going to be showing his top 8 deck profile of Sky Strikers.
Alright, let's do it. Anything from my friend. Alright,
Yeah.
3 Ray, obviously. Want to summon Ray. 2 Rose, because it's decent going second and it's a starter. 3 Nibiru, it just doesn't matter if you have a monster in your main monster zone anymore. So Nibiru is kind of good because Bird is insane, so you need to not lose the combo. 3 Ash, 3 Veiler, just as many hand traps as possible really. And then Dasher and Celestial.
There's like staples in most decks at this point.
Yeah, you just can't play Plasma because of the mirror match, and Dasher getting nibs out of your hand is pretty good. For spells, 3 Prosperity because you need to see Tikaboo or a starter. This card's just insane. 3 Fusion Destiny, of course, it's the better starter in the whole deck.
You just want to get that fusion out.
It says draw Ray, so the card's kind of crazy. 3 Anchor, of course, and then all the one-ofs, Engage, Multi-Roll, and Hornet Drones because they're limited to 1. 1 Shark Cannon just because it's kind of awful against everything going second, and against a lot of decks going first it's not even that great, but it's a searchable out to any deck that's playing DPEs. And sometimes you can reborn a Baron or something. Area 0, just 1, you don't need more. And 1 Afterburners. It's obviously awful going first, but having Shizuku or Kagari be able to get to an out is good. Then 1 Mystic Mind.
The card I hate with a burning passion.
Yeah, Sneed's banned, of course. It is bad going first, but you lose die rolls all the time. So 1 Terraforming and 1 Rhoda. No Upstart because of the Prosperity. For the traps, it's going to be 3 Impermanence because again we're just trying to play a lot of hand traps.
Right.
And 3, there can only be 1 because it's a 1 card FTK, so it's pretty insane. So that's 40 cards in the main deck. Attack on Titan is the best anime, hands down. For the extra deck, the 1 DPE, the 1 Kaina, 2 Hayate, 3 Shizuku, 3 Kagari, and a Zeke. So,
what does Zeke do anyway? I don't see many people using that card.
So it's a Link 2 that can take any striker monster and any type of other monster. So it's a way to get monsters out of your main monster zone. But its real effect is that it also banishes a card. So, and it comes back during the next end phase. So it can deal with really big nib tokens. And then I play Anaconda in the Kriston package of that Selene access code. So this is the most standard striker extra deck you'll ever see. You could play the Charmers, which is a little popular, but this is pretty good. And the Wind Charmer I felt was only ever really good against the Sword Soul deck, but the Sword Soul deck is probably your deck's easiest matchup, so it's not not too needed. My side deck is pretty nuts because it's just a bunch of one-ofs, so don't judge me. It's going to be Pankratops because it outs Anti-Spell and Order, and those are the cards that beat you. The 1 Scythe because it needs banned. 1 Lancia, just so Sanctum can be more versatile, and it's just a decent hand trap anyways.
Oh yeah.
It's good against the scary decks for my deck specifically. A lot of the tier 2 or tier 3 decks Virtual World or Flunderies are kind of insane.
Big time.
But mainly just because I'm playing Sanctum. 1 Token Collector.
Is that for the nib?
This is for the Sword Soul matchup because they summon tokens and you collect them. But a lot of people play 3 of this, but I just didn't have the room.
I forgot that thing existed.
And again, I think the Sword Soul matchup's pretty easy, so I didn't feel I needed more cards for that. And it's only good against Sword Soul, right? So if you side 3, you just have a 12-card side deck against everything else. But I did want the 1-of Token Collector because the Sword Soul monster that's Kara's that discards and specials a token and can go into Flare is the easiest way to beat Striker because it starts popping your back row, and it trades with the back row too well, so that card's okay. And then a 1-of DD Crow, which also seems kind of sus because it's just a random 1-of, but...
Hurts me from time to time.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's like kind of like Lancia, like it's good against the scary matchups, and that are like tier 2 or tier 3, like the Mir and whatnot, or like it's also like okay against like the DPE decks, of course, like. But I just wanted another hand trap, and then one Duster just because of like back row decks. It doesn't out order or anti-spell, but sometimes you play against Elbic and they don't have order or anti-spell, and you actually just want like a blowout card. And you could play Lightning Storm over it, but sometimes you do have like Tikaboo up or multi-roll up. So, and I don't really want to side Lightning Storm in against many decks this format as like a way to clear monsters, so Duster's fine. I almost only ever sided in against like back row decks. I don't side it in against Sword Soul or anything because again it doesn't out order or anti-spell, but 3 Cyclone because it outs order and it outs anti-spell, and it's like just good against a bunch of other rogue decks, of course. The 3-dimensional barrier, the card's kind of insane,
especially in this format because a lot of the decks synchro.
Yeah, and then like of course like if they use back row removal on your back row, you can just chain it so like you don't lose out, and then it's good against DPE decks. It's good against like pretty much every rogue deck ever made. So
it destroys my Fripers like there's no tomorrow.
Yeah, there you go. And then 3 Sanctum because Scythe needs
because you got Scythe and Lancia.
Yeah, and then if you like hard open Scythe, like sometimes you can just pop it with DPE.
So that's why you only run a copy of Lancia, because you have multiple searches.
Yeah, exactly. So let's say I play against a deck like Flundereeze where Scythe does nothing. If I go first, I can side in like the 3 Sanctums and the Lancia.
And
or
then
like
summon Lancia, then use the ability to tribute itself.
Yeah.
Because you can tribute or discard it to use its effect.
and like other rogue decks, right? Like Dinosaurs. Or then there's just some matchups like let's say Virtual World where you can put both in, so that way like if you draw multiple Sanctums, you get multiple Sanctum uses. So I have like the One of Lancia. Like the One of Crow is probably like the most suspicious card in the side deck, but again, I just wanted like another going second card against like a bunch of different rogue decks. Because like also like the thing of it is like against like a lot of like rogue decks, you just have cards that can sometimes just be like literally unplayable. So like even the Mir, you have like cards that are like pretty specific, like Tikaboo, Nib, and like Mine, right? So like these cards against some rogue decks, whether it's like a trap deck or Sky Striker or whatever, they just suck. So like you start to need like more generic cards to side in. So like if this was like another token collector, which would probably look more standard, you're just not going to have enough cards to side in, and you're going to have like bad cards left in your main deck. And again, Sword Soul's just like the deck's easiest matchup, bar none, because the board they put up of like Fleur and the monster that's like Effect Veiler, you can just beat it with like your Sky Striker engine, and like Fusion Destiny's insane. So yeah, that's the deck.
All right.
Cool.
Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you all enjoyed the deck profile. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Later.